NASCAR just handed North Wilkesboro one of the biggest weekends in modern racing history and took away the thing that made it special in the first place. That's right, the track that clawed its way back from the dead, the track that gave fans a real points race for the first time in almost 3 decades, is losing it again. But before you get angry, stay with me. Because what NASCAR is replacing it with might be even bigger. Here's the breakdown. North Wilkesboro hosted a full points-paying Cup Series race this year. First time since 1996. Fans lost their minds. It worked. Now for 2027, that points race is gone. In its place, the All-Star race returns to North Wilkesboro, and this time it's not walking in alone. It's bringing a full triple header, Cup, trucks. And for the first time since 1985, the O'Reilly Series is racing there too. The dates, May 21 through 23, 2027, 1 week before the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. Meanwhile, Dover, this year's All-Star host, gets its points race back May 15 and 16, a full 400-lap Cup event paired with O'Reilly Series racing of its own. So essentially, NASCAR just built a 2-week super event leading into Charlotte's crown jewel. To understand why this move matters, you have to understand what North Wilkesboro represents. This isn't just an old track, it's the track NASCAR abandoned. Grass grew through the grandstands. It sat dead for over 2 decades before Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s I Show Speed level fan energy in a serious push from Speedway Motorsports dragged it back from the grave. When it hosted a real points race this season, it wasn't nostalgia, it was proof. Proof that short track, half-mile, beat and bang racing still draws eyeballs in 2026. Speedway Motorsports leadership has made clear this project is personal, tying the track's revival directly to the legacy of one hot night and the night race tradition that reshaped how fans experience NASCAR. Dover, on the other hand, spent this year in a weird limbo, a historic points track demoted to exhibition duty for the All-Star race. Now it's getting its status restored. So what NASCAR is really doing here is a swap, but a calculated one. They're testing which format extracts more value from each venue, and in 2027, they're running the experiment in both directions at once. Let's talk strategy, because this is where it gets interesting. Handing North Wilkesboro the All-Star race instead of a second points race is not a downgrade. It's a positioning move. Points races are about the standings. All-Star races are about spectacle. No stakes, no stress, just drivers going for broke because there's nothing on the line except a paycheck and pride. That format tends to reward aggressive, chaotic racing. On a tight, physical, short track like North Wilkesboro, that's basically rocket fuel. NASCAR also dropped a telling line in their announcement, hinting the track could become a testbed for future Cup Series improvements. Read between the lines, North Wilkesboro may not just be hosting the All-Star race. It might become NASCAR's proving ground for new formats, new rules packages, maybe even future short track experiments before they roll out league-wide. That's a massive vote of confidence, but it's also a risk. Here's the danger. Every time NASCAR shuffles a marquee event between tracks, they risk diluting the meaning of both. Fans who fell in love with North Wilkesboro as a real points track this year could feel like the moment got taken away and replaced with a glorified exhibition. And Dover fans who put up with a demotion this season now get their points race back, but have to watch North Wilkesboro get the flashier billing. The bigger picture, NASCAR is building a 3-week gauntlet into the Coca-Cola 600 Dover, then North Wilkesboro, then Charlotte. If it works, it becomes appointment viewing for 3 straight weekends. If it doesn't, it risks fan fatigue right before the sport's biggest crown jewel event. This is a bet on stacking hype, not spacing it out. High risk, high reward. Expect a split reaction. Short track purists and old school fans are going to love this. A Truck Series and O'Reilly Series doubleheader at North Wilkesboro with O'Reilly cars there for the first time since 1985 is a genuine history moment. But the fans who fought hardest for North Wilkesboro's points race comeback this year may feel a sting. To them, this could look like NASCAR using the track's rebuilt credibility to boost a non-points event instead of rewarding it with a permanent points day. Media reaction will likely focus on the format questions. What does an ultimate test track actually mean? Are we getting a new all-star format? Is short track racing about to reshape the entire Cup schedule? Expect think pieces and hot takes for weeks. Best case scenario, North Wilkesboro's All-Star Weekend becomes the most talked about event of the 2027 season. The triple header draws massive crowds, the new format experiment succeeds, and NASCAR eventually rewards the track with a permanent points race down the line, getting fans the best of both worlds. Worst case scenario, the shuffling backfires. Fans see it as NASCAR playing musical chairs with tradition. Ticket demand splits between three closely packed events, and by the time the Coca-Cola 600 arrives, the audience is worn out instead of hyped up. Which one happens depends almost entirely on how bold or how safe NASCAR gets with that new all-star format. So here's the real question. Did NASCAR just build the best 3-week stretch in modern stock car racing, or did they take a rising star of a racetrack and turn it into a sideshow? Drop your take in the comments. Points race or all-star race? Which one does North Wilkesboro actually deserve? If you want the breakdowns before anyone else has them, make sure you're subscribed. SportsWire USA isn't done with this story.